Okay, so here's the deal. I feel like an absolute disaster today, but I promised myself I'm gonna be nice to me. Basically, life recently, I have felt like I'm not in control of my time. Like 2 days, literally the first day of April, and I'm like, where have the last 3 months gone? I've really been trying to get a grip on things. I've really been trying to like strangle my days and be like, I'm gonna be in control. Because I thought that would make things go slower. I have not been successful at that, which is why I'm going to take a different approach of just like, I'm just gonna go with the flow because in the grand scheme of things, a couple weeks, even a couple months, even a couple years is not gonna be the biggest chunk of time. Like maybe this is just the season for life going so fast and me just not being able to get a grip on things. So I'm just gonna go with that flow. That's the plan for today. And I'm going to talk about how hard it is to be nice to myself and how I'm starting to practice self-compassion. In my last video, I talked a little bit about self-criticism, and at the end of the video I had briefly mentioned that the opposite of self-criticism is self-compassion, but I wanted to actually read something, and by read I mean on the internet. The first thing that really stands out to me that I didn't even really know, like I'm literally this is science, guys, just googling and looking on images and clicking on the first thing that comes up. Anyway, the three components of self-compassion according to this Medium article are self-kindness, mindfulness, and connectedness. I'll read exactly what this says. It says mindfulness. Use your breath to become aware of what's going on inside without judgment. Connectedness. Extend your awareness to all beings and acknowledge that everyone goes through difficult experiences. Practicing self-compassion will make us happier, less stressed, and more resilient, and I am here for all of that because I feel like I have a mental breakdown every single day. And I also feel stressed constantly. I have been trying to listen to my body a little bit more because I just feel so out of touch with myself. I am in my luteal phase of my cycle, and I just know that I need to start the day eating something, so let's go make some breakfast and have a chat. I will always pregame my meal, especially when I'm cooking, with another food. Wow, these are so cool. I think I know that I've been being kind to myself when I feel guilt-free. I don't really feel that way right now, and I know it's partially because like I'm exhausted. On Saturday night, I got virtually like no sleep, which was awesome. It was for a good cause, but I know that's still lingering. And I just feel so guilty about the way I end up spending my time, even though I'm happy with how I did it. Like right now, I like almost want to say I feel guilty that I just cooked this meal for myself and took like an hour of my day to like cook and like sit down and eat. Well, probably more than an hour actually, and like talk to you guys. Like I just feel guilty about so many things because it's like, oh, I could be working, I could be doing something else, I could be outside anymore. I'm always like, I could be somewhere else. But I feel like when I'm really kind to myself, I don't feel that guilt, which is really nice, but I feel like it's very rare. It's just like the confidence that what I'm doing is something that I want to do and like being really okay with that. I've been having a really hard time taking care of myself recently. Like I've been shortening my skincare routine because I like really can't be bothered. I haven't been eating enough probably. I've just kind of been in like a rut, and part of it is because I haven't been exercising as much as I usually do because I'm recovering from running the marathon. So I'm trying to like be really kind to myself for that because that was like a huge accomplishment for me. For me, it was an enormous accomplishment. And I'm just trying to rest, but I feel so guilty for resting. That's what it is too. I just feel so guilty for taking all of this time off. And it makes me feel bad. And I don't know if it's like mentally bad or physically bad, but again, kindness. So I really, really need to like remember that and not get stuck in this loop of like, oh, being over consumed with guilt. Progress is a funny thing and it'll all come back to something.
Oh my god, I swear I'm not a bad driver, Mr. Mercedes-Man behind me. I swear to people in front of me.
That was actually the friend whose birthday it was this weekend that I like got no sleep and why I feel so like dead. But I feel like cleaning my room is going to help me feel less dead, and I'm just gonna do it slowly. We're gonna turn on some bops and just like hang out and then hopefully have time to go outside afterwards. Something that I'm trying to be better about doing is taking breaks in between like literally anything that I do. Like I just have a hard time taking breaks. Like just now I tried to take a break and I took a break from cleaning by doing some work, which is not really a break. So I'm just gonna chill out here and sit here on my phone for a little bit. I'm having cereal. I thought when I was a kid that when I was gonna grow up, everything was just gonna make sense. Like I knew the adults had the answer to everything. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I don't think anyone knows a single thing, and it sends me because it is just so funny. Like we try to pretend like we know everything. We try to like make it seem that way, like everything's okay, but it's not. And that in itself is okay. Something that I've historically had a really hard time with is feeling like no one is going to understand what I'm going through. But I've just been proven over and over and over again that that is not true. And I even feel like talking to you like behind the camera, I feel like you can understand these things too. Because we're all people and we just gotta be real with each other because that's gonna make other people feel more okay with being real, and then maybe we'll be real. And maybe that's what the simulation's all about, right? Like for me, I used to be the type of person who could meet someone and kind of just like reflect the energy that they give back, you know what I mean? And I feel like that was really dangerous for me because I was just becoming so many versions of myself for other people, like not doing it for me. And that made me feel connected to other people, yes, but so disconnected from myself. So I feel like there are these like two sides to this like self-compassion, connectedness part, because it's not enough alone to know and be connected to other people and their experiences. Like you also, in my opinion, need to have your own connection to yourself. Today was the type of day where I poured the milk in before the cereal, and then, I mean, you saw me halfway through eating the cereal, I poured more cereal in. There is a perfect crunch level of cereal. Like just in the bowl is like way too crunchy for me, but after like a few seconds, it's like perfect. Even when I was younger, I like thought about making like a cup, right, with levers. Mind me, this doesn't actually theoretically even work, but it has levers of like how much milk you get. So basically, like if you had a cup, this top layer would be filled with milk and like cereal, and then you could like open the next layer and there's more milk, but then you can put more cereal. It is like, that was like my childhood dream. I just wanted a cup that could manage the intake of cereal and how fast everything gets soggy. Wow. That was a long time eating cereal. That was like 30 minutes. But okay, I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna go to my favorite place. So I'm gonna go get ready. We're gonna do this quickly because I want to be like at the top, hopefully before sunrise, sunset. We'll see how it goes. No expectations, no expectations. I already feel so much more relaxed, but this is crazy. This area that I'm walking through right now has never been this wet. Like, time for some logs, I suppose. Okay. Wow, this is awesome. I feel like outside right now is the best time for me to kind of, or like I'm finally remembering all the mindfulness stuff, right? Like just letting thoughts come and go. Even like, even if it feels like something heavy, and I think I'm just gonna let my thoughts pass and go and think of some more. That's why I feel like it's so valuable to go on long walks or like hikes and stuff, because I always forget that. Like I just forget that thoughts don't have to be so serious, and I don't need to always be thinking about something either. Or almost to the top. It's a very clear day though. I'm glad I came up here. Okay, we made it to the car, all safe, we're all good. We are going to blast music down the highway, my favorite thing to do. This is so accurate. Spotify, bless. Oh. Oh my gosh, the camera landed right on my shin ankle, question mark. Oh my goodness. This is too much. Ow. I think the hardest thing about practicing these things, like self-compassion, is that it's really hard to remember to do it if you're not like already doing it. And like not used to it. Like for me, it's still definitely not the default, and that's why I was really happy to be able to talk with you guys today, because it's just, it feels like it's something that I can't do by myself. So thank you so much for watching this video and spending the day with me. Yeah, and I hope you have a great night, day, morning, afternoon, or whatever time frame you operate on. Thanks, Kim.